least get the introduction right. Dr. Laura Chamberlain with Illinois Coalition for a Moratorium on Fracking. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Hi, are you on?
Oh, yep.
Okay, I'm Rebecca Axtell with Aurora Green Festival, and I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Laura Chamberlain with the Illinois Coalition for the Moratorium on Fracking. I'm a farm girl from upstate New York originally, and the farmland that I grew up on as a kid is on the Marcellus Shale Foundation. Those of you following the stories about hydrofracking in New York are very well educated and aware about hydrofracking. But this is the first time I've ever had anyone come up to me in Illinois and talk about dangers to our water supply here in Illinois and what's going on with the political environment. So, Dr. Laura, can you fill us in?
Absolutely, absolutely. Fracking is an extremely dangerous technology. It's a way of getting natural gas out of deep shale. And what they do is they drill down a mile to 2 miles.
A mile to 2 miles?
A mile, and then they can drill over horizontally up to 10 miles. So here at UIC Forum, we could drop a drill right here, and we could drill all the way to University of Chicago. Okay? And what they do is they take millions of gallons of water. The largest frack was 21 million gallons. And they shove it under high pressure in these pipes, and it goes out horizontally, and it fractures the rock. Okay. If you're standing over this while they're doing it, it is explosive. It'll shake the ground, okay? And that's one of the serious complications of fracking, is that it can cause earthquakes. The fracking causes earthquakes, and the disposal of all this wastewater causes earthquakes, and not small earthquakes. The largest earthquake caused by fracking was a 5.9 that killed 13 people in Italy. So we are talking some serious seismic risk.
Now, isn't there already, on the way here to UIC, we were talking about nuclear power in Illinois, and I was approached by someone who lives in the Joliet area that tells me that every year the nuclear power plants have to send out letters essentially telling them, you know, you live in a really dangerous place, there's a risk of earthquakes here, we happen to have nuclear energy, and just, you know, just so you know. So there's lots of communication going out to people who live on the earthquake fault lines, and a lot of awareness about that. So now we have an earthquake fault line, and we have hydrofracking technology coming in fast and furious. Apparently, there's some things going on at the state level down in Springfield that we need to know about. We need our state reps in Aurora, Linda Champalavia, Stephanie Kikowit. We need our new Congressman Bill Foster to be aware of these issues and to be communicating to us what they're going to be doing about them and how they're going to protect our water supply.
You're absolutely right about the earthquakes. There's no question. That's one of our big issues. And we live on the most unstable fault line in the country, the New Madrid and Wabash fault lines. And the USGS tells us they are ready to go. And we are also the most nuclearized state in the country. Yep. If we were a country, we would be the 6th most nuclearized country in the world. That's how much radioactive waste we got here, how many nukes we got here, and they're planning to frack all the way up, probably north of Peoria. Okay. And we are the natural gas company cannot be trusted. They have already applied for permits to frack within 1,000 feet of a nuclear power plant. So that's
1,000 feet within
3 football fields.
I'm trying to laugh. But
I know, it's ridiculous.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. And so we are very, very concerned about that. The other issue that we're really concerned about is the water. So if they drill thousands of wells in southern and central Illinois, they will use every single drop of fresh water in Illinois. It will take trillions of gallons of water, and they will have to come to Lake Michigan and to the northern sources for their water, because water is essential to life. They cannot live without it.
It's not just about fracking down to the shale. It's not just about infecting the water supply potentially with the escaping natural gases. Yeah. It's actually about your water supply. How much drinking water are you going to have?
Right. So Aurora residents should be very concerned, because it will raise the cost of your water. Because if we, the residents, are competing with the natural gas company for water, then you better believe the price is going to go up. And that's what's happened all over the country. Farmers are losing out to frackers in Colorado. the other really, really big issue is who's going to grow our food?
Yep.
When the water's gone and the land is contaminated and the farmers have shuttered their farm, which is happening in Pennsylvania, I really want everybody to understand this.
Yeah.
Who's going to grow our food?
And with what water?
And with what water? Exactly.
Good question.
So we want everybody in Illinois to, what we're working for is a 2-year moratorium on fracking. Let's look at this. Let's have an investigative task force. Let's get the scientists up here. Let's know what we're talking about. Because I will tell you right now, the Illinois reps and senators do not know hardly anything about what they're voting on.
Right.
And the votes are coming up this week. So if you could call 217-782-2000 and talk to your Illinois rep and senator and ask them to vote for, in the House, HB 3086.
HB 3086.
Perfect. And in the Senate, SB 1418.
SB 1418.
Right.
This is really critical. Really critical information.
There's a bill out there that they're calling the best in the nation. It's a regulatory bill, but it's so deficient, it's not even funny. They still want to frack within 300 feet and 500 feet of schools and churches. So that's a football field and a half away from your children. They doesn't say anything about water usage, doesn't say anything about the earthquake issues.
Doesn't say anything about the chemicals that are coming out into
Bingo.
the air.
Yeah.
Bingo, and into the
on
water.
fracking site.
So it is not the best in the nation. The best in the nation is Vermont. Vermont has banned this. The second best in the nation is New York. They've had a 5-year moratorium on fracking, and they just are rolling over for 2 more years of investigation. Those are the best in the nation.
Thank you.
We deserve that too here in
We
Illinois.
deserve it. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Oh.
Have a great day.
Was that okay?
Very good.